It's already just contact Joan. Check on Discord. She's already on Discord, so you have no reason to get at her.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's only for making like a love.
That's a good one.
You don't have to make a love.
That is a good one.
You don't have to make a love. Try a different. We need to collect each color of T-Bone so we can make the fucking rainbows.
Do we only have 2 right now? Which ones do we have?
T-Bone on fire.
Okay, got it.
We have 3. You have
The fire one's so boring though. It's literally just that you get fucking scales.
Your color doesn't determine your affinities.
Are they talking about Monster Hunter again?
No, say no.
How much sheep talking about Monster Hunter? You know what? I'm gonna lock it on Monster Hunter.
I know. It sounds like it could have been about Monster Hunter. It's very Shibon Hunter. Shibon Hunter wilding.
If you had to switch, Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate is $10 right now.
It is? I'll keep that in mind.
Yes.
Oh god, no, they're not talking about Monster
Just letting you know, if you're used to wilds and worlds, it's going to be incredibly difficult going back to generation.
But it's more content.
Never.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter.
Sure.
Why?
But you're basically gonna have to relearn the entire sequence, bro.
Yeah, I know. I started with Fry.
I started on the PS2, so...
Alias! Romance?
She used to play fucking Monster Hunter, Bucky. She just hasn't played Wild. She's played Rise and World.
Every single RP server that
Honestly,
I've been betrayed.
honestly, probably smart. As with every Monster Hunter when it first releases, there's a little lack of good content.
I don't know shit about Monster Hunter.
Mizu and probably
That's just
high rank final boss. Come the first final too, that's what people are assuming.
Learn more about
Okay.
4 days.
Without
See,
Oh my god.
one thing I
Oh my god.
learned about Monster Hunter.
I return. I don't actually, but I return.
So we know he's getting something else besides me.
She was waiting on Elijah to not be in a conversation so she can tell him that he did not have anything to do with the fact that she's
It's either just gonna be Arc Comfort, or it's gonna be the high rank fighter.
Which didn't happen, but when you start
dare
assuming
you.
things, Kogath comes out of nowhere to ruin your day.
It was a good thing that the
I
conversation
mean, it's
didn't
probably gonna be
so
Arc
sad.
Comfort.
You know what I'm sad about?
So many people.
They added Yankeku, but they didn't
That is a
add
pretty
the
amazing
concept.
Lonely people.
I mean, a lot of the bugs they haven't brought back. Let's be honest.
There's a good one.
Very on brand.
Those bugs. Look at you.
A couple good sprout ones. I like the one on the left. It's just like her face.
No Rowood.
Imagine being the
No Rosewood. There are no words for how much I am not going to do any Rosewood work this week.
Hey, I don't blame you. I haven't been doing any work that I need to be done for Eden because we're on break as well.
I think the is the correct answer to that
So
question.
it's just like rest.
I wanna.
I wanna.
Okay, have a feather in these trying times. Dude, I do this every time. Shit.
It's on the floor. Floor feather. It's leather.
I keep forgetting, is it Anya or Enya? It's Enya, right?
Aina.
Aina. I got it worse than
Oh my god.
This isn't even worse. My mom sprayed this fucking mint thing around the house that wore off bugs and the entire house
I
smells
thought
like
you were
piercing
getting
mint.
on today. Yippee!
Alright, so
No, I was.
I
just. Oh god, I got a cough. I'm like at the end of
Both of you are, it's
sickness.
not just you.
That lovely thing of like.
Yeah, mom's developing that.
Probably trying to get all that gross gunk.
Yeah. I'm starting to feel like I'm gonna get a headache. I feel it in the back of my.
yeah, I can hear it.
No.
It sure just get dark.
You do not have Advil?
Okay, so when I say headache, I mean migraine. I get like
Oh, shit.
powerful migraines. I've been plagued with them since I was a child.
So,
Maybe stand in the corner of the world so you don't hear anything, or like
No,
turn.
no, it's one of those. It's one of those. I have to go to a dark room and then just cut away the world.
Damn, I am sorry for you. Here, have axe in neck.
In this trying time.
Yeah.
oh,
You know, that would have sat on the starting screen too. Thank you, Chaos.
I don't know the context
Eh.
I'm going to cause problems today.
Oh. What the go? Ain't no gone forever.
Scary ghost!
Ain't a spooky ghost now. Oh shit.
Oh no.
Bleh, I'm dead now. Bleh. Finally, the anime mom hair makes sense.
God damn it.
Okay, it's gotten good.
But yeah, I feel it in my left eye, and that was the eye that was doing the weird things. So,
No. Maybe it's too tight. Maybe like the strap needs loosened.
maybe.
Do you have a lazy eye?
No, actually, I don't. So that's why I'm concerned.
Hopefully not getting one.
Yeah, I really hope not.
because my left eye is
you
my
get a lazy
dominant.
eye. It's not often you get lazy eyes and like.
Any other Gen 5 monsters
Weasel Goose is gonna be added next update without any announcement of it. I'm telling you this weird. I've interacted with him none.
Oh no.
Oh, and we're on the mission?
I use hands. I use eyes.
They're gonna make a brand new invader.
Exactly.
Like, I had a couple of conversations early on,
So that's just his default.
but I decided the only time to go like Jasper as Mia. Once I determined that he was probably a Gonil or an Eladrin. And then he fell into the category of people that I don't like.
That'd be great. And then I don't expect big to like that.
And his actions at the end of last session didn't help.
I didn't get to know.
I need Devil Joe.
I don't remember last session almost at all.
We talked to the curator for a while. And then he stayed around to ask other questions that were, like, in Mia's opinion, kind of stupid.
Dude, if Gambit doesn't get in the game, I'm going to break something.
She's just like, okay. He's just doing the weird bard thing, and I don't have any patience for it. Also, Akane spoke
I'm just gonna say this.
for having weirdness earlier in the session, which also didn't help.
Oh yeah. No, he's super fucked up.
Infrastructure in the Forbidden Lands? Because
I don't know. It differs on.
X.
Oh, I should figure out how.
there's no infrastructure.
That link is left-handed.
He's building up that infrastructure, and by time the DLC, maybe then they add back like.
Hold the shield or the
Magic.
left hand?
I've seen it broke it with my mind. Definitely my mind, not a toggle.
Because I don't think people look at it.
Twilight Princess put it.
Rose is the only one.
You know.
Yeah, no. Definitely not. See?
I definitely don't remember.
The one wants to make sure because I don't go to the fort.
Just imagine a wand with buttons.
I did consider having her rune stuff just be like an armband with a bunch of stuff so that she would just like actually press buttons on her.
And my friend stopped playing, so I stopped playing.
Yeah, like just a whole bunch of like tiles basically.
Power Rangers.
Exactly.
Any other game.
I love that.
I just thought it would be really funny to just be like,
And then I also have to play Magic.
I've never seen Kim Possible.
I haven't seen
I
it.
don't have much memory of with the business, but Rook and
That's all, man.
all the games and cartoons have the shield in his face.
Kim Possible?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Childhood vibes.
Yeah, no. I just unlocked a folder in my brain.
I've been doing that a lot today.
No.
It's Friday vibes.
I want to say so I wouldn't be surprised if video game they don't understand that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure at one point someone
There we go, this one starts.
It's a cool little lobby area.
Why? Yeah. Why is why?
Just why?
Awesome.
You weren't funny enough.
You don't have any proof.
Lucy.
Yeah.
So you know that Firebird gorilla, right?
You could have just said.
I said gorilla.
So I have a question.
Don't talk about that one. Don't talk about that one. For legal reasons, I can't talk about that one yet.
Fuck that right now.
In like a King Kong reminiscent battle. That'd be so awesome.
I'm going to take a leak, yeah. But you been early in Spain?
I hate life.
Yeah.
Come on, let's get this battery out of this damn controller.
We have him as a neighbor to the north.
I'm like 30 minutes away from the Spanish border.
Listen, the only downside of living in Spain is that it's so close to France, you know? Like, so big.
Like I got them saying nothing.
Another question. Am I the only one seeing some deflating on this?
Yeah, okay, Cacti's been big. So where are you looking?
I think that is pushing.
It's just so bad.
It might be better in the map. Last time it was better in the map.
You can't just look at another man's cock like that.
Thank you, sir. Let me take my revenge against the French now.
Fresh batteries?
Yep,
fresh batteries.
Okay, I'm gonna explore for this.
It can be heavy.
Hey Lucy, when the inevitable happens, can we reenact Godzilla vs. King Kong with the gorilla?
Think about it.
He was the GOAT.
Thank you. That's all I ask.
That might be one part of the act.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait to demon uppercut.
I fucking love the fact that it's real, the fact that America going like, yeah, if it wasn't for us, we would be speaking German. And like, they responded like fucking shots. And we responded like fucking shots. Yeah, if it wasn't for us, you would be an English colony.
Exactly.
I have been hurt.
Lafayette represent. Motherfucker committed so much fraud to pop off.
Healing his pets.
I like how people are like, we should take back the Statue of Liberty.
If I remember correctly, he lied to his uncle about him being picked to go to America. And that's why he went to America, because it wasn't supposed to be him originally.
I don't remember the story.
I read his Wikipedia.
What'd you break?
I broke a candle.
No.
What'd you do that?
Turn on. Please, it's hot in here.
My wife.
Wait. My light switch is on.
No, dude.
Yeah, it's because I knew that he was doing something. So I'm just
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
I think that's mostly untrue.
I love hitting my hand
I'm
against
sure they
the
have
wall.
some way to like categorize some of them, but like, I think most.
Oh, why am I yawning already? It's 10 in the morning.
I tried.
But I feel like...
I thought I was not close enough.
But you have to understand that if you went around to most people, if you went around to most, like if you just went to a, some random city and pulled out a bunch of swords and are like, what's the difference between these? They'd be like, that one's bigger. That one's smaller and thinner.
One-hander is like German for two-hander. Like,
but sword. Two-handed
it's not
sword.
a category. It's but Zweihander is not a cat. Is like, it's just.
Yeah, but we only call them swords.
Lucy, look at me. There you go.
Sword.
That's it. I'm carrying a cannon into battle this time.
A knight, the person who uses a master swordsman and a blacksmith would all know the difference between the swords and and what you would use them for. I'm sorry.
Right, and I'm sure all the knives in my kitchen have different names, and I don't know what they are.
Yeah.
He's fabulous.
I sure got a bunch of them.
Normal people who,
Swinging on the chandelier,
who
Lisa?
regularly use them on a regular basis. Yeah, they're all swords.
Exactly.
Technically, they're not wrong.
Yeah. I mean, look at him. Look at his eyes. There's nothing between them, okay? He doesn't know the difference, so I don't to worry about it.
You know, I would like to believe, because he's an adventurer, he would know the difference.
There we go.
Yeah, thank you. That helped.
Listen, I think that there are a lot of people that are technically adventurers, and
I'm gonna start singing Chandelier.
some of them can read even.
Amit singing chandelier is something I need.
That's also a fair point.
Sword fun. Sword helpful.
I can't sing in his fucking voice.
I guess the question is, would he know the difference between
What you're saying is, that means it's even
or
better.
rather just go, yep, that's a sword.
Lucy, Lucy, come here, come here. Can you stand right
That's a
there?
big sword right there.
Stand right there. Just move up, move up.
Squirrel.
The length of
Turn,
this.
turn in.
Hey, Squirrel. An admin question. Here.
Crown over your head.
Yeah, like this
I'm gonna
needs
sit
to
down
be.
before I use like all of my energy.
Yeah, that looks a bit too cartoonish.
What?
Yeah, I get it.
I'm gonna sit down before I use like all of my energy.
Why are you on fire?
That's foul.
Yeah, the that little thick.
Reese's thick.
The blade would be thick.
What the fuck?
Hold it by this nice white spot on the handle.
I see. Should I do pickled carrots or just carrots in a jar?
Supposed to be a single-handed axe.
Probably not carrots at all.
Maybe like
No, the carrots. The carrots, they're orange.
That definitely looks like carrots.
What's a hand exercise?
Ethan's strong, don't get me wrong. It's just, he's still human.
like-
So,
Pickled carrots, though.
there's only so much he can carry.
Okay, yeah.
Pickled carrots.
If you gave that axe to a dwarf, they could use it as a proper battle axe.
So the tavern has four carrots.
Yeah, that would be a dwarf battle axe.
You're on the list.
Carrots, Sharon. Aren't you gonna want to eat some pickled carrots?
The list.
The list.
Survey says
the list.
no.
Damn.
The list.
I mean, I tried at least once.
The list trademark is from Final Fantasy VIII. That's how that goes. Put them on the list.
I try a pickled carrot at least once.
I've never played Final Fantasy VIII.
Just avoid.
Neither have I.
You'd appreciate.
Alright.
You'd appreciate Cypher and.
Obnoxious. How obnoxious
I know
is
that the
clipping
game
on
has a
my
lot of
right now?
himbos in it.
Literally eye level.
Is it tolerable? Otherwise I can switch to the other one. Yeah.
Is it Leon? Is it Leon a
On
himbo?
the whatever?
Yeah.
The great
I mean, he's
no,
pretty
Leon
noticeable,
isn't.
but
Wait,
like, I think it'll be
you mean
fine.
Squall?
Squall.
Squall's not a himbo. Squall's an emo.
That, that's fair.
The only area I can see is like
Squall's a dot is most of his dialogue.
Yeah.
There's a fine line between emo and
No,
himbo.
I'm not that.
He's not optimistic enough to be a himbo. He's not sweet enough to be a himbo. He's an emo. Even if it's a love story, he's not sweet enough to
So
be a himbo.
So he's a knockoff Cloud then,
My inside thoughts became outside thoughts.
with a better weapon. I will admit, Squall has the better weapon.
Which is server's ass, actually.
Yeah.
Cloud was compensating for
Okay.
something.
I think there's like one himbo.
Unless nobody can say criticize you.
There's one himbo, there's one fuckboy playboy, there's one punk bitch.
Wait, what?
There's one emo.
I just realized why Final Fantasy IX is my favorite one.
Told you when I came out of the library.
Because Zidane's a himbo.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Zidane's a massive himbo.
What? Oh, he's not.
God damn it.
He's like a twink himbo. He's a twinbo.
Well, I mean, being tiny and a or being himbo is just a state of being. It's not like
No,
a
you still have to be
physical-
kind. You gotta be strong. You gotta be muscle. At least a bit.
As opposed to all the things that we talk about in anywhere
Zidane
else.
is because he can hold himself up by his tail.
Fair point.
You spent like over a minute talking about
And that man is at least
Okay, as somebody who's never seen him, either he has a thick tail or he's just very small.
think monkey tail.
They're himbos.
He's kind of small.
I actually don't know how tall
Someone say
Zidane
himbo?
canonically is.
I don't think.
I mean, he's not like massive.
Zidane? He's pretty short.
I think he's at least 5 foot.
Himbo is not about
He's a
height.
twink.
It's about musculature.
He's muscular and dumb.
He's actually muscular. Zidane, I would say, is muscular.
He's as muscular as this character.
He's a twink.
Just twink.
No. I don't think so.
I mean,
I would have to, because right now I'm seeing the low poly rendition of Zidane in my head. I would have to actually look at an actual picture of Zidane to be able to say whether or not he is. Because I can see the PlayStation 1 sprite and the low poly model.
Yeah.
Just look up Zidane FF9 and then you tell.
Himbo is, are you as dumb as a box of rocks, as strong as a box of rocks, and kinder than a puppy?
I'm Table Ethan. I'm Tablethan.
Or they're sweeter than a
Wow.
puppy.
That's not who I'm looking for.
No, it's like a counter.
Some random
Counter.
God damn it.
Those are the qualities I look for in a himbo.
I'm counter-thing.
No, I would say he has roughly, he would have roughly the same build as,
The visions that we've seen of the end.
Oh yeah, wow, that's a really good one. I forgot he was in, oh my god, the fighting game. I never remember the name of the fighting game.
Dissidia?
Dissidia, yeah, he was in like the newest Dissidia.
bruh, I like my wings. I want my wings. Can you go after
I mean,
anyone else's
he's
wings?
muscular, but he's also a twink.
Yeah, he looks like you see his original version. He looks like a Lalafell almost.
That's
like his original art.
I feel like you said it, but I can't remember.
Scared the shit
I would say no.
Zidane from Final Fantasy
This is
IX.
bare minimum.
I love that.
She's getting better.
Together, like conspiring or not, right? Like, there's at least one of the political factions. Certainly, right?
If he's a himbo or not, I don't think
I'm just a little guy.
be a himbo.
Like, there are, yeah, I mean, some people are just people, but like, I'm just saying, Sad's gotta be one of them.
Okay. Jack?
Fucking dragon can
You remember the political faction that's trying to burn the world.
Fucking Celestian bad.
Hello.
Hi, Shadow.
Disembodied voice.
Yes. Ah, the voice in my head. We meet again.
Oh, I thought you were saying.
Unless you are not alone. Maybe I will.
I have many voices.
Thank you. It is this cursed forest where
Take it back.
Oh my god! My main
Take it back.
We have these chronovamps
Nuh-uh.
saying that every reality is ending in fire.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got a message back there.
He doesn't look like he doesn't look like he's nice in his like art, but
Maybe they're just.
When you play
he
the
looks
game,
really grumpy in his like like his official art. But he's very much like Himbo Sig.
Steiner's like Sig. He's the captain of a guard. Into one place.
Of one singular guard, not the guard, a guard.
The one guard is Beatrix, and she already wears the pants, so.
Oh, no, he's not the captain. I think Beatrix is. He's the second in command.
Beatrix is the captain.
No, there's
Actually,
2 orders
because
of knights. They're both
Alexandria-
captains.
Oh, okay, so I was right. Yeah, okay. Beatrix is the head of the Queen's Guard. Steiner's the head of the.
I'm sorry, looking at your model, this man can never be a himbo.
That's fine. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
The Princess Guard, Knights of Pluto.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's currently the topic of who is or who is not a himbo.
It's been.
That's how it goes.
I am not going to say how long it's been since I've played Final Fantasy IX.
To be fair,
because that would make me feel
to
very
my
old.
standards, most RP models cannot be, they do not have the musculature needed.
Yeah, that's fair.
8 is actually the only Final Fantasy I haven't played to a degree. All the others I have actually played to a degree.
I didn't finish 7, like the original 7, but I at least know what happens.
7 is... I hated Cloud. I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, we already did, like,
Fair. Yeah, I never finished it.
Close enough. I mean, that could be done.
Cloud was too much of a whiny bitch.
Close enough. We got the bird.
It's been a mixed bag so far.
Yeah. Now you don't have that problem with Squall, because most of his dialogue is ...
That's why I feel like I would probably like a. We also don't. I really want to finish 16.
Hello.
You should. 16 is
very much talking about Final Fantasy. Vince.
Yeah.
I love
Vincent.
That's my favorite.
Vincent.
Vincent's a nice character.
Exactly.
I enjoyed his story. I enjoyed his game. I mean,
His game is actually a lot of fun. A lot of people sleep on that
Even
game.
if they're like, if they're trying to do anything about it at all, which not everyone is, right?
He was originally going to be a lot more important for the original 7, but he was made a little last minute, and they didn't have the budget to keep his whole story in, so they had to cut it down and do it like really small and make him optional.
Yeah.
And then he turned out to be super fucking popular.
I mean, like, so long as...
Karma.
So
Yeah.
long as there's not
It's generally how it goes with
What's the fucking Nier Carnival theme?
True.
You know what I'm talking about? What, the fucking...
I don't know.
Like,
people will...
oh, fuck, I forgot if you even played Nier or not.
Hey, Lucy.
Something entirely unrelated.
I noticed something. I noticed something.
Consideration.
I went to the
want to get because the only reason why I haven't finished 16 is because I wanted to get the DLC for it.
we are in the for
So long as it's like
The
isolated.
DLC technically takes place before the ending.
Didn't have the money.
The general catastrophe. Of
Yeah,
keeping
yeah,
everything
that's
under control of everyone else will do more harm. Will do more good than harm.
Well, I mean, now I could probably get it because I think I was also waiting for the DLC to release, so I could probably get it and actually.
I will also tell you, the first DLC is way less important than the second. The first one's just kind of a nod to fans of like the Final Fantasy series.
Actually get anything done. But hopefully we're cohesive
Hello.
enough to stop anyone
Hello.
from doing dumb shit.
I apologize. I'm probably talking in your ear right now. I've never used the broadcast system, so I hope it's working.
Yay.
Hi, God. Cool, sick. We're gonna get
started. It might take a second to get everyone in there because you're all gonna start in the same place. I don't know what frames are gonna look like when that happens, but I imagine there will be some time for you to disperse. Let's see. Things to note. These are things that were in the announcements, but I'm going to reiterate them because they're important. We have a downtime day after this session, in which you're free to go back to the ship if you want. Or you can stay here. It's up to you. There are rooms, like in-rooms in map that you can stay in. There's audio zones on them, so if you're using them, just be mindful when being around the walls, because sometimes voices will clip through because the collision is off. There's also claim signs. In map, we won't have people to entirely fill out, like, the entire place down there, but just know that there is sort of an implied presence. There are people walking around, doing their thing, so it's not empty, it is full. You all would have been gathered early in the morning, and you're going to be passing through a portal that is being guided by some of the Shimmering Nothing people. And that's how session is gonna start. Does anyone have any questions at all? I think I saw, did you have a hand? I'm gonna take that as a no.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm fine.
Okay, I don't see any hands. So, let's see. If you guys want to come over here and press the portal option, this will take you down into the map and just hang tight for a second. If you have a question, stay behind.
Yeah.
Doesn't stretch.
Any more questions?
It's the issue.
Here, let's...
Okay.
Rightio then. How expensive do you think real estate is here?
Probably. No. Here's my question. Where is it to everyone else?
They can make wherever they want there to be stuff.
That's
It's very dark.
Can you see the terrain ahead, or is that just darkness?
I appreciate that.
Property days probably aren't too expensive, but it's...
Okay, I don't know if that's me or if...
I mean, it looks like anyone who's wearing white is completely blown out with our dark
I
vision,
can
but
see
hey.
the glowing crystals, but besides that,
No.
that's basically it. That's basically all just purple
Oh yeah, a little bit. I don't need that. I don't need it right now.
Furthest that you can see with your light vision thing. I mean, the first I can see right now is like
Flashbang yourself with darkness.
just about before we're able
Don't
to
do that.
I think we're right about the same right now, at least here.
Dude, my vision has the light vision toggle on, so
I just want to jump down.
Don't tell me that.
Nice shirt.
Thanks.
Nice outfit, nice pants, nice boots, nice everything, dude.
I'm ready for adventure.
You were ready for summer, did you think that this was like a holiday or a summer?
Exactly. We're on vacation, right?
Hell yeah, dude. The olden way. Yeah, just rock on. Yeah. Rock on. It's hard with 4 fingers.
I know. Quite literally, all that was told us was.
Why don't you have a fifth?
Aetherbane is
Because I'm a bird, and I guess birds
Grow, just grow a fifth.
And now we're here.
There's some interesting sounds down there.
Maybe I'll get soul magic fifth finger.
At least
Maybe
you
my
have
spell.
opposable thumbs.
I do.
Something they want from us.
Did you not?
I mean, this
No,
looks like a pretty
I'm just saying at least you
Oh.
that's one thing you do have.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, the genetics didn't screw me over that much.
Imagine holding the gun without opposable thumbs, just like pointer finger.
My face.
Imagine my
so
arms being my
strong.
wings, you know? Then I'm screwed.
Oh, like
No.
harpies.
Yeah, like full on
like a
harpy.
plate
Oh my
against your-
god.
Yeah, where I can pull it off.
Oh.
That that could also be causing extra strain.
I'd have to actually have a spell.
Maybe have like right here the
Useful one.
medical tape.
The dog.
I'd suggest getting the official,
Don't beat
the
up
official
dog.
Valve ones are so much better.
Beat up the rabbit.
And like anything on
This is the one that came with the headset.
You're the prey animal here, okay? So, fucking know your place. Know your place, prey animal.
To get the one month thing.
What the
Yeah, but it's
fuck?
worth it, and then you can swap out. and
When I
switch
introduce a
off
new
of
type of racism.
That's true, but also I'm broke.
It's okay.
Introducing a new type of racism, huh?
I've been like alcoholing one and then swapping out for the other.
Yeah, that's kind of messed up back at first. What the hell?
Yeah, that's what I did, and then the glue on this one started coming undone, so it started to frazzle.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Behind this smile is
There's only darkness.
There's only darkness and hate for people.
Have we ever been?
Yeah, no, I've been.
You know,
Man, I'm so glad she's back. I'm so glad you're back.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad to be back. I was taking those pictures and stuff because I missed the section so much.
CS:GO. Then maybe I could sell some skins.
Can you refresh it?
No, but you.
That reminded me of something. Sure. Can I grab you for like 2 hours?
Yeah. Where? Am I blind?
But I was never a sweaty tryhard. And the only addictive gamba that ever gets me is when anime women are involved.
Because it's my one weakness.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Women.
My
You
one
gotta say it
weakness.
right.
Huh?
I don't think I could get that if I tried.
You heard them, art thou of the
Hey, let's
blind
check this out.
Though I still think it's hilarious that one of Nyx's actual weaknesses is women on his character sheet.
That's how it goes.
It's really funny.
That is an actual weakness of his. Like, if you've noticed, anytime a woman comes by, he's full attention. All he does is tell you, yes.
I see.
You need me to do something? Of course.
Hell yeah.
This is when you blow up.
I'm always here.
I like this effect on the ground. That's what right in there.
Okay, I apologize. Is everyone? I'm gonna assume no one else has any other questions about anything. There was a question about what happens if you fall down. The answer is you get teleported back up. Just in case people
Actually,
miss
do we know that character?
You don't actually get teleported back up, so don't jump off.
Okay.
I immediately saw someone jump. Okay. Okay. I don't see any other hands or anything, so I'll tell you one more time. You guys would have prepared early in the morning. You got your keys last night and throughout the day. Galaxy's character here would have helped guide you through the portal, and will sort of be like your guide for now. So, you guys may go in character in 3, 2, 1.
Everybody make it okay? Headaches.
Wow.
It's not what I expected, you know. I don't know what I expected. It's not things.
I like it.
You're not.
Interesting.
I do not know. What? I'm not sure about you, but it was more like, shimmering.
That is
Right, so you know, like maybe like an aurora.
really cool.
I don't know.
Yeah, and kinda creepy.
Yeah.
I'll give everyone one thing.
I'm sorry.
I don't think anyone has been.
I was really hoping it was really nice and bright.
What do you even think that
That's
stuff
what I thought
is?
it was gonna be, but no. Gloomy.
Gloomy, it's dark, and
It's just this
this is gonna be hell for me.
weird, gooey sort of. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it.
My bets are magic.
Yeah.
Yep. That's right, Ethan.
Thank you.
Well, cool. Once everyone is done with their moment of wonder about this place, shall we move on? Alright. Maybe the first to welcome you all to this.
Alright, don't get lost. We're moving.
Now that you all have the rings, you're all considered an ally.
You're quite
trying.
quiet.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
Welcome one and all to the Shimmering
Okay,
Nothing.
welcome, you're
Now that you
kind
all have a ring, you are all considered an ally to this place. Though that privilege can very easily be revoked if you aren't exactly a good neighbor to everyone else.
So in other words, don't be stupid.
Essentially, yes. You try not to attack anyone here, and nobody here will try to attack you. At least that's our hope. There are eyes everywhere.
Well, I believe the phrase is fuck around and find out.
It's one way to say it, yes.
Even said it myself. A long way down. I'd be scared if I couldn't fly.
Amico, but you could go with Toby.
Now, as I'm sure most of you know, with the message that has been passed down, you are all welcome to stay here through the night to weather the mana storm. There's still a possibility it might blow up, despite what has been told about the whole stabilizing, and as well as the fact that it can still drain your mana. I'm sure you all felt the pull out there, at least for those with mana.
Hi, my name is Amico, you can call me Toby. What's your name?
We were able to stop it before it grew too much.
The name is Lucifuge.
It's just gonna take a few days to disperse. That's all. Don't worry.
Wow.
This is going to be the part where I part with you all. This door that we have over here is towards the market. Whatever you need, whatever you want, can be found there. Information, items, even those of less savory dispositions. I need to go and report back to my quartermaster. Well, you're all free to wander around.
I see.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Finch, I'm totally gonna make something. I don't know what I'm gonna make, but
Ah, nice and dark. I like it.
eventually the extraordinary simply becomes ordinary. If you are still surprised by the secrets of this world, then that means you have not been getting out enough.
Whatever.
I will take that as a lackadaisical approach. Seems we have visitors.
Hello?
What a name. Lackadaisical.
Welcome to the Information Broker's Den. To what can we owe this visit?
I'm from the Kalypsia. A number of us are here exploring.
Oh, talking of them, huh? I see.
Well, it seems you have come at a most fortuitous time. Come, bring them inside.
Right.
If you have information you seek, we might have it.
I see. I think the others are still enjoying the market.
Ah, yes. The market does have quite the oddities among it.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, so does everywhere else in this place.
Would seem so.
Is this your first time in the market?
It is.
Then let me be the first to welcome you. It is a wonderful place to reside. Never mind the two chatterboxes over there.
That's called
No worries.
a conversation when you monologue back and forth. A monologue happens when
So
only
what type
one
of information do you tend to
speaks,
deal
and
in?
honestly, if you're quite smart, you cannot do let the other person.
All sorts. It is more of a matter of commission to those who have interest. Although occasionally we gather things that we think others might need preemptively.
You can make it fun.
I specialize in a bit of information regarding persons of interest. That is my specialty. Others specialize in other matters. But we all dabble in a bit of everything.
Perhaps be a little bit of a puppet.
I see. Do you have information on the leadership of Etherbane?
Bits and pieces, yes. They are quite the secretive bunch. But if it is a matter of interest to all of your people, then perhaps it would be best if it is said at once rather than repeated.
You're correct about that.
I heard a bit from my
Then again, you do share a common enemy with us here. We have no love for Etherbane. They have been a constant thorn in this place's side. Hard
Indeed.
to do business. As for you, how fares the patient?
It depends, I guess. They're still sort of technically a spirit.
Sort of, technically. That's not quite the,
That is both enlightening and yet delightfully vague.
Exactly, that's what I was saying.
You know how to keep a
They're
proper
treated, but
secret. Ah, well that changes things.
Oh, voices I do not recognize, perhaps.
It sounds like there are more visitors. You should go greet them, as is customary in the den.
Don't look at me, you're coming with me, aren't you? Come on, and lead the way.
Well, the two of you do work together. It would be natural for you to.
Someone to disrespect the ancient dragons like so.
something happen already?
Hello. I don't know why they sent me to say hi. I'm not sure how to say.
Ah,
You do
you're
the
so
introduction.
awkward. Come on.
You have more to do.
First off, have
I
a
deal
little
with
smile.
people that are sick and dying.
I mean, they don't seem sick, but I'm pretty sure, I mean, maybe they might die. I mean, you never know when someone wants to randomly stab you, right? Not that I'm gonna stab them or anything. That is very suspicious. Anyways, come on! Say hello in a proper manner. I know you can.
Good evening, I'm Vanilla. If you need any sort of medical assistance, by all means, let me know.
Oh, that's it? Alright, anyways.
There, Abby.
Greetings, everyone. I'm technically some sort of assistant to this one, even though I prefer to mock and all that the whole day. I assume you are the people from the place we've been waiting for, the Kalypsia, aren't you?
Yes.
Intriguing. Do you guys like to fight on the Kalypsia? I mean, I assume so. Considering
Not if
some
that
of
can be avoided.
some of you look quite beaten up. How sad. Anyways, we are masters of secrets. This one is also a medical specialist, but we don't talk about that. Now, what exactly are you
Rubbing
here
poison ivy on your
for?
pillow.
Well, I will cry to you. That's gonna be not a win for you. Anyways, what are you here for exactly?
Provided rings to shelter here from a Manastorm in Rivendell.
And also, you guys invited us to give us information on Aetherbane, because they're a threat to you, and you want us to deal with them.
Didn't I tell you? Letting people speak gives you information. Well then, do you want to take this over and perhaps be the one to talk to them?
At least regarding that part. If they have more, it might be more prudent for you to speak. But for those who wish to share information, please come to the back.
And wins.
These are a lot of people that are trying to get information.
So, as this one, whose name I have yet to receive, had stated, you are seeking information about Aetherbane's leadership, correct?
Just information in general. Some of your people from the Sharina thing approached us aboard the Kalypsia.
Yes.
Wanting us to come here.
They
and
were
give that
delightfully
information.
vague about the exact information they wanted, so we had to gather what we could. I have been quite busy. But that which I can share with you is one member that is rather particularly intriguing. One that doesn't seem to fit their bill, and perhaps could play into more of what they are working with. Have any of you encountered one that goes by the name Meredith? Last name Soleil.
I don't recognize
No.
the name.
Do you have an appearance to match the name, or just the name?
Yes.
Hello?
A younger, celestial-looking individual. Pinkish hair towards the bottom. Always seems to have their eyes shut.
Familiar with them.
Oh.
Oh, it sounds familiar.
Running
around with a parasol?
Indeed, the very same.
Right.
Quite the mystery that one is. Part of their leadership structure, yet defies everything that there is about their stated goals. A mage within a group that wishes to destroy magic. And yet, it makes their capability all the more interesting. From what we have found, they are one who is able to steal fragments of souls from other people, and then use their very abilities against them. Quite the mess of a soul, if you ask me.
Soldier.
By all means, they should not be alive. Because in order to steal such abilities and use them requires grafting it onto one's own soul. They might as well be an amalgamation of everybody they've ever stolen from. So it is interesting that you point out the parasol, young lady. For it seems to be the thing that is preventing them from completely disintegrating. How, we have not yet found out. But it seems to be a relic of some kind. But make no mistake, they should not be wanting to keep such a person around. They would be a danger to themselves, let alone be a leader of a group. So it's likely that they have ulterior motives for it. A warning should you ever encounter them again. Are there other names of which you might be searching for information on? This one caught my eye the most out of any of the ones that came up in search.
Can't say we've had much information about their leadership, at least not that I've heard.
I ain't got any names, so...
It's surprisingly difficult to track down individuals like them. Between that woman and her father, the rest of them maintain quite the vigil on their operations. They are the two that are more willing to show their face amongst the rest of them. That said, while there is not as much as we would like on their leadership, we do know more about what it is that they are involved in. Isn't that right?
Yes, they seem to be causing issues. Well, in other places. Who here has heard of Blackburn? Or is the Blackburn disease?
Yes, we've been...
Yes,
We've all had to
we've
all had to deal with it so far.
Okay, good. I figured I'd double check. I figured you might know. Well, I had a lovely guest. She's not in the best of states. I was suffering from it. She is a kitsune from the spirit realm. And it seems they have been dealing with the Blackburn disease as well. Unfortunately, it is having a rather severe effect on them. It seems those infected, they tend to go mad. You become aggressive, scary, you know. I'm sure you can fill in the rest.
It's not just them.
In regards to...
It's the entirety of the spirit realm is at risk because of this disease.
Oh, it's getting there.
It's affecting spirit realm.
It's not just the kitsune, as he said, it was the spirit realm in general as being infected.
Right.
And who else responsible but Aetherbane? They got there thanks to some interference in Hinode, using Kitsune from the area to open a passageway into that realm. Based off the records, around the same time that mana storm first appeared around there. Potentially related. Potentially distraction. Either way, they were able to get into that realm. And it's quite unfortunate, since those realms, Spirit Realm and others, are like a pillar. If you knock one down, the rest become unstable. No doubt, that is their goal. Destabilization. But enough on that.
Indeed, apparently so.
What about that substance that you had found? What you tried to use for treatment?
We had, bit of something. I'm not sure if anybody would be familiar with it. Who knows? Alu.
Alu.
It's called. We managed, yes. In an effort to create a cure for Blackburn, for those, you know, the one that was infected and possibly others, it was somewhat effective, but not entirely. It resulted in better, you know, a better outcome than other things, than it was, sorry, apologies. I'm sorting my notes out in my head. It's, we used imbued alu. That seemed to have a better effect than non-imbued or other remedies, but we didn't have enough to necessarily fully treat it. She is the individual, the spirit that we have is still infected with it, but we would need more to possibly see if it is fully effective, which sadly is such ingredients are found within the spirit realm.
More importantly,
What do you mean by imbued alu?
A curious property of this little dimension we find ourselves in. The density of magic here makes it a bit more potent than your regular everyday reagent. But even here is not strong enough. But if one were to get something like that direct from, say, the spirit realm, the density of magic there is far greater than even here. And we do believe that's the materials that would be needed to create a more proper cure could be found there. Something that we would highly recommend looking into. Since after all, if the cure is made, it would be cure for those you know, cures for Hinode, and then cures for the spirit realm itself, which would then prevent the world from collapsing. Something that I personally would be very interested in avoiding.
Indeed.
I'm sure you all feel the same.
That would be nice, yes.
Yeah.
I do recommend somebody that is accustomed to picking up herbs and plants, alchemist, and alchemical skills, and alchemist, herbalist, whichever. Probably the best, so then you don't damage them too severely.
We would go and gather these ingredients if we could.
Indeed.
But presently, none from the Shimmering may go.
Stand.
However,
Johan and I...
You all are not of the Shimmering, which means that you could have a opportunity where we would otherwise be lacking.
Indeed. And how would we get to this spirit realm?
Why, the same way that Aetherbane did. By the assistance of powerful kitsune to form an anchor. And furthermore of them, or even just other mages to support the anchor so they don't lose their form. We know the ritual from our efforts to study their movements, and we could easily teach it to all of you. A bit of mutual benefit.
Indeed.
I know a person.
In fact, we would recommend that this be pursued, as there is no telling how much longer the spirit realm has before it collapses under the weight of what Aetherbane has been doing there. In order to stop them is to stop their machinations. Although it goes without saying, given the state of their rampaging illness over there, it would likely be expected to deal with those of hostility.
Right.
So it is recommended that those who can fight for themselves are present.
Yeah, I'll do that, and then I'll come back.
This ritual,
We'll have a...
What does it do to those who are fueling the ritual?
It should not do anything harmful to it, as long as you are not intentionally overloading yourself to the point of exhaustion. The one who is most at risk is the one acting as the anchor.
I was pointing at Rivendell.
And that in itself is why it will be carefully tailored to ensure the safety of the participant. Something Aetherbane neglected to do with their approach. We are not in the business of killing those who are seeking to help ensure our continued survival. But it will require the utmost focus, because slipping could destabilize the way back for those who are within the realm. And once the way is closed, it's much harder to open it up at the exact same location.
Then practiced casters are needed on the outside to keep the
That
way
would
stable.
be correct. Other kitsune can certainly assist, as they are most attuned to one another by understanding their very nature. But that does not mean that one must be a kitsune in order to assist. The more the merrier, and likely safer. It will take some time to gather the collected information regarding this ritual. I'd say about a day or so. But if this is something you are all willing to assist in, then I will endeavor to make sure that it is gathered with as much expedience as possible.
Once we have the ingredients.
Do you know what
You have-
clan of Kitsune have supposedly done this?
I would have to consult my more intricate findings. There is not an immediate answer to your question, but there might be. But you will need to give me some time to review.
Once we acquire the ingredients, do you have a spot for us to create the...
More than likely. This one here is the one who was helping make what efforts we could in treating those patients with the Blackburn that found their way to our doorstep. They could very well help finish the cure with the right ingredients. Furthermore,
And if this is...
No, please continue. Apologies for the interruption.
I entered partway, so I apologize if this is redundant. Should the spirit world collapse, as you say, what effect might that have? Is it
It
simply
would
the
be-
destruction of, or the collapse of the realm itself, or...
It would be as if a table lost a leg. The rest of it would become unstable. Consider the greater world at large as this table. If I knocked out the spirit realm as one of its legs, the rest of it has a much greater chance of collapsing. Knock out more legs, and it is all but assured. The spirit realm
What would be
is
considered the other legs?
the other realms that exist. There's more than just the spirit realm.
Yes, and I'm asking of which ones.
Presently, they are not the target. If they do not succeed here, then the rest are irrelevant.
You are making a lot of assumptions from them. The fact that they'd ignore them if a single goal at the moment fails. Why would they not change their priority?
Perhaps in that presently, all of their efforts have been centered around Hinode and the spirit realm. if they are focusing all their efforts there, they cannot be spread out too much.
That may be their priority now, but they also still have another front. In Kashin, they have multiple individuals infected with the Blackburn. You know that situation there, meaning that they are also fighting a front there.
At the present time, most of the information gathered is regarding Hinode and the Spirit Realm. I would have to go and gather more to see if there was other brokers that collected anything for activity elsewhere. But the majority of what has come up has been what I am sharing now. You may have a point, but I can assure you disrupting this would be a large enough blow that they would be lacking stability for their other goals.
That much I agree, but we should also prepare for other possibilities. We know one front, they could be planning for another while we speak.
And to that I apologize that I do not seem to be as thorough as I had hoped for. But I will see what else I can find. And if there is, you will be the first to know.
Good.
Would this be satisfying of a conclusion?
Correct.
Then I shall make it another one of my priorities. It should also be mentioned that should this effort with the spirit realm and the ritual be successful, that we could also assist you in getting directly to Hinode, as that is where the majority of Aetherbane presently is gathered. Of course, that would mean that you would have to expect to deal with them, and those most directly affected by the Blackburn. But if you're wishing to take the fight to them, what better way than opening a door to their very doorstep?
Assisting us with curing the spirit realm of Blackburn also increase your chances of curing it in other locations, wherever you may encounter it.
Indeed.
Hopefully we've reached the peak of where they can progress the Blackburn. If we get the spirit realm thing done, hopefully this cure will actually be the end of it for it.
Yes, hopefully.
And it would be a massive blow to the efforts to destroy and destabilize magic. A win-win.
Well, it seems we have a goal then.
Also, the amounts of ingredients that are needed that could possibly be in the spirit realm, what better way than to possibly get a consistent supply of them, if it does in fact work, than to save the spirit realm. Have good ties, and they have a reason to share such things.
It would probably do them some good if you could gather what information you have on possible candidates that could be found there, if they are going to be the ones actually going. Something to consider while I gather the ritual components.
I can definitely go back and check all my notes are back in the medical area, so I can have those. I can have something written up and prepared before you leave.
Excellent.
That is of interest.
Question. You say you will not be able to spare any shimmering nothing to go into the spirit realm. But is there a possibility to spare some mercenaries to protect the wizards and mages that are opening the portal?
Those who would remain behind would be granted the protections that the Shimmering Nothing can offer. It is more for the current instability of the realm that we are presently not making forays into there.
I understand. As long as the mages are safe, that is all I needed.
Mm-hmm.
That can be arranged. Is there anything else of which you are interested in getting from us?
I do have an unrelated question.
Is it one for all of your peers, or one that you wish to ask after this is concluded?
I was curious about the thing on the roof.
Some things are better left unasked. I will leave it at that.
I have something to bring.
Side of the mages maintaining the portal, are there preparations that we can make now, or are these details things you'll need to sort out in the meantime?
It will be a mixture of preparation and knowing who all would be interested in making the trip to the realm. It will be easier to give guidance on preparations, knowing the skill set of those who will be entering.
I assume the complexity of the ritual to open it depends on how many people are being sent through?
Quite so. For you need an appropriate doorway to accommodate the group that will be passing through it. One too small, and it just puts greater strain on those who are keeping it open.
Indeed.
Of course.
That said, I don't remember if I heard correctly, but you seemed like you had a question. Something you wished to ask.
All my questions have been answered so far. If any come up later, I will try to find you.
Of course. That is what we are here for. The brokerage of information. If we don't have it, we can certainly go search for it. And normally would come at quite the price. But this has already been arranged for as a matter of the offer of assistance that has been given.
Indeed.
But worry not, I have already been quite paid well for my services.
How you get paid?
Later.
Right. Well, thank you.
Considering what you just said regarding information and its accessibility to you and yours, I'd be quite interested in finding out anything more that could be had dealing with the kitsune that were mentioned, and the state of the spirit realm in Hinode. Or rather, the point through which it is being accessed. It is of personal interest to me.
Somehow, that does not come as a surprise. That will have to come from my currently put away stash of information. But if I can get to it before the end of the day, I will be sure to fill you in.
Of course. Take your time. My thanks.
Is there anything else that tickles the curiosity of anyone here? Something that could be attained or otherwise sought after?
So you said you could bring us to Hinode, right? Transport us there?
That is correct.
Right, okay. Can you transport us anywhere?
Only where we have previously established business relations to open those doorways and portals.
Right.
One does not just open a door anywhere.
But do you have a list of the places? Just
yeah, like a travel guide.
Oh, just, if I need to get somewhere, we need to.
At least
Those
tell us where
are...
we can't use this.
That, I'm afraid, falls into the purview of trade route information, something of which I am explicitly told has a much higher price than other information. That is not part of the arrangement that has been paid for.
Thought maybe the rings would give us that, information. It's kind of weird having a key to a bunch of doors you don't know where they are. But if we ever need to go somewhere, I suppose we'll ask and then talk about payment then.
If there is a place of particular interest that you are looking for as opposed to an all-exhaustive, that could be more readily arranged for. But you would need to know where it is you wish to go first. We have our ways.
Well, I was just asking for future reference, so, like I said, if we ever need to go somewhere in a hurry, I suppose we'll ask then.
Indeed, and it will be a time of which I'm sure the leadership here will be more than happy to oblige. Assuming that you remain friends of the Shimmering. But of course, you have the rings, which would indicate that is true. But if there is nothing else that can be immediately discussed, then I shall say that this is all that has been gathered relevant to this arrangement.
Good sir, well, if everyone else is done regarding all the important world stuff, I do have some personal business that I would like to discuss with you. I can of course pay on my own.
Well, that is fortunate then, because any further requests for information not related to this would have to be paid for.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Then by all means,
anyone you'd like to
regale me with your
can discuss it.
curiosities.
But first, I just want to make
Sorry,
sure.
one more time?
No.
If there's anyone you would like to go on this mission as well,
fair.
And discuss it later.
Right.
Does it have to be so public, Mr. Info Broker?
I have to
Not
talk
at
to
all.
myself.
We can have a conversation anywhere we wish.
Alright, well, just over here so your other two friends don't have a connection.
Yeah, heard everything from them.
You think they're hiding something from us?
Fair enough.
The shrine made them like go to the spirit world.
Interesting.
His name is Marky, and we really bonded. And he's like a little bit expensive. Like he's 1,000 gold, but we got
They seem to be done talking in there.
5, 8. What is 5 plus 8?
It's a lot of gold. 5 plus 8, 13?
13. 13 gold.
Right now.
Did you hear what happened? Well, what they were saying? I saw you on one of the walls.
Okay. Do you want a quick rundown?
Don't worry, I won't leave your side. You'll be alright. Let's get away from here before they actually realize.
I was told you found the information broker.
I have learned what the Aetherbane have been doing.
Yes.
I do not know your position, but there are people that seem to respect you. I come with requests.
If I'm being honest, that's the first time anyone said that anyone has respected me, but I take the compliment nonetheless.
Please. I cannot let the place that was my home die. I request to go with your group to Hinode. I will do whatever I must, no matter the cost.
My friend, there's no need for all of the grand gesturing. If you wish to board the Kalypsia, I'm sure you're more than welcome. All you have to do is pay the price, which I can cover for you if you need it.
I can pay my own prices. It would besmirch my honor to be in debt in such a way. Mere coin.
It's 10 silver to be able to get a pass, I think. 10 silver, right?
40. Yes, Johan.
Has it priced?
I believe it was 40, yeah.
Well, I have already given one of your members 4 gold.
Little... Was she running around asking for donations?
I was hoping it would help sway decisions.
I'll tell you what. 40 silver is what? 4 gold?
Unless things have changed again.
I believe it's 100 silver as a gold.
Oh. Wow, I really...
So 4 gold's a
outside
lot of
gold,
money.
I never really...
Currency keeps changing. Decades.
Jesus. I've only ever dealt with gold, but then again, my occupation. Oh well, my friend, since you so generously donated to the cause, allow me to return the favor and allow me to humbly pay your fee to board the Kalypsia.
Arigato. I promise. After this, I will give my service to the Kalypsia. It is little to repay what even this gesture means.
Well, the more friends we have, the better. Especially those who have a... what's the word I'm looking for? Someone who's looking to give Etherbane a little payback.
I will give them payback tenfold for what they have done.
Then that's all we ask.
I can also provide my services. I was a samurai. I know many skills, but predominantly I'm a bowyer, arrowsmith. I am capable of creating intricate works when it comes to bows and arrows.
I do believe we are lacking in someone of such skills on the Kalypsia. They all deal, mostly they're blacksmiths or gunsmiths. And as we all know, guns aren't exactly quiet.
No.
So having someone knowledgeable on bows would be a boon to the Kalypsia, actually.
And I know methods of making special arrows. I have made ones that can split into multiple, ones capable of secreting gas and other substances, as well as explosives.
Well, my friend, I believe your skills would be probably much rather sought upon than a gunsmith's.
Guns are singular in their use. I mean not to offend your choice of weapon.
Oh, no, you are completely right. That's why I carry it around. Guns are generally good for 2 things, killing and intimidation. Not necessarily in that order, but, you know.
Once again, I cannot thank you enough.
Think nothing of it, friend.
I cannot wait for the time to come. I will make these Isabane pay.
Indeed.
Oh, I suppose good news for you. Part of the reason why we were here is because of Etherbane.
Yeah.
It is why I came as well. I just wish I was able to torture more information from that Isabane that I had found.
Well, I'm sure you'll be seeing Etherbane sooner rather than later.
Oh, I will see them. And I will see their blood spilled. And that I can promise on what little honor I have left.
Well, on behalf of the Kalypsia, welcome aboard.
Yes, welcome.
Arigato. I will try my best to live up to the standards you have shown.
I have no doubt you will.
So, what now?
Well, currently we're waiting out the mana storm that's happening. Once that is over, we... Actually, that's a good question. Once that over,
Actually, I can answer that. So we spoke with the information broker, and Etherbane has breached the spirit realm from Hinode, and the Shimmering Nothing can provide us transport to Hinode through their portals, so that we can pursue them into the spirit realm, which may also bear the cure for Blackbird.
There you go, my friend. All we have to do is wait.
I still cannot believe that any Kitsune would willingly help them.
Well, willing is a strong term with how Etherbane operates.
Kidnapping many.
Yes, there are countless people they've been kidnapping and using as fuel to start these mana storms.
Yes.
There are few Kitsune that... I cannot think of a clan that would allow this to happen. I know there are many that would allow themselves to die rather than this to happen.
Unfortunately, Etherbane seems to have numbers.
They do.
If I find out that the Kitsune willingly helped, I do not know what I will do.
All I
do you
ask
three
is at
need to
least
catch up?
I gave them the Coles notes.
is at least hear them out before you do anything rash.
I would not dishonor them by not.
What comes after that is out of my hands.
Depending on the severity of this, the Kazuya family would be more than willing to deal with them.
At that point, when the time comes, I'll leave it to you.
I would not be so sure on that. The Kazuya family would... I dishonored them. they would not take kindly to sight of me.
Unfortunate. Yes, it seems like there's some sort of meeting happening. We may need to go sit in on.
We'll be getting about a diligent pair.
A day, okay. Nice. Alright, well... I don't know if I want to go, honestly. I mean, I suppose if the cure is there, then it should be fine.
Maybe, but I doubt that.
I don't know if you know this, but wild folk are more susceptible to blackburn than other races. So,
From what we're able to put
But-
together, the reason
but
behind
did-
that could be
did
a
come
very
with
unique conception of a being in the world.
Did come with
most of us, you know, I don't know if it's most of us, but what you know about it, you know, animals using sentience and rising to become one of them.
You mentioned they
I
were
suppose
created.
because we're so close to our animals, we're more susceptible.
I think you were created different.
Either way, they're going.
Those are like
They're going to need
animals
mages and
put
people
together
to protect the
to
mages.
make one new animal.
So you might not have to alter this magic.
Ether Bane
Overhauls the spirit realm. How Blackburn was introduced to the spirit realm.
Yeah.
They intentionally
So,
went to the
wait.
spirit realm to
You want to see if they
get
have
to
the
the
same
spirits.
markings?
Yeah.
Or,
But where was Hinode? Where was Hinode mentioned? Where does Hinode fit?
I can ask if they're branded.
They did it.
They apparently, yes,
given
they
an
breached it from, they using a kitsune.
I'll keep an eye out.
Gotcha, okay.
If it is like you, then
Whether
definitely
it
try
was
to buy it.
forceful or willing, we don't
Get them
know.
out of there.
Well, I doubt, from their modus operandi, I doubt it was willing. But, okay.
But we also can't write off that they could be willing.
Yeah.
I know dogs too. Dogs are good at picking up tricks.
It's very likely it was forceful, however. Small
Yeah,
chance it was
maybe
willing.
we can.
Yeah.
We can help teach them. Why they help
Where's
us.
Smith anyway? I should, give him a
That
rundown.
makes any sense with a griffin, and then
He heard.
slowly teach them
He was standing there when
how everything else.
The other
works.
rundown.
Do you think that
Wouldn't
would
hurt
make
to have a
sense?
big guard dog.
Oh, the other one. That's a.
time.
He was just here.
Still confusing.
Well, look around. All right.
Oh, that is
Yes.
if we can even buy them. My lord offered after we tried to get donations from the rest. But he has other things to think about first. It's quite the hefty sum that guy wants for him.
Oh no, wait! I saw Ethan up there, not me.
1,000 gold. Who's got that kind of money?
I should drink more. I'm starting to sober up a bit.
Nobles? True. Noble looking for a guard dog.
Yes.
Okay.
So is the bar free serve? Have we been
I
informed?
believe that there is someone there. Or at least there should
Yes.
be someone there.
I'm not gonna go steal that guy's job then.
Right, fable, myth. I need to drink.
I think if you ran away from the bar.
Drinks have no middle fable in them.
should I do?
You still got your giant fish?
Yes, I have my